homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today I want to save tomatoes. Save tomato seed. So we've been harvesting our tomatoes for about a month now, and you harvest them over about a month and then they're starting to get gone. If you follow my channel, you just need to know that I'm about a month behind on what I show and what is going on the homestead, okay? It's just, that's the way it is. I've got so many irons in the fire that sometimes I'm editing a video and I can't get to it, and then it takes a couple of hours to upload, 4 or 5 hours, sometimes 10. It takes a long time to upload, and then I have to come back to it and work on it some more. Okay? So, during the heat of the day, that's when I do that stuff. Now that it's starting to cool off more, I'll even get slower editing. So, but before we start, look right over there. The sunflowers are banging it. Look at that. Well, will it let me bring you closer? There we go. Look at that. They are absolutely banging it. I love it. It's my kind of thing. The beans look good too. I love the fall. Okay, so we want to save tomato seeds, and I want to show you why. This is a yellow Kellogg, okay? Some of them are big as 2 fists, okay? They're huge. I'd never grown this tomato before, but it's an heirloom. You can look at it. It has all the telltale signs of an heirloom. Let me pick another one, a riper one. See here? It has all the telltale signs of an heirloom. All these big grooves and things. It's a nice heirloom tomato. It's probably as good a tomato as I've tasted. It's not as good as Cherokee Purple, but it's a close rival. So this is going to go on our to raise list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through here and harvest some of these, then I'll meet you back in the kitchen and show you how to turn them into seeds for next year. Okay, I got about half a bucket. How do you know which ones are right to take in to harvest for making seeds? See this tomato? The core, the cap pulled right off. This tomato is a little soft all the way around. It's fully ripe. Also, this one didn't. Well, look at that tomato. Okay, it's already busting open. It's so ripe. So it'll be just fine for making seed. And I'll meet you in the kitchen and show you how to do that. Now, I don't know what happened to the audio here, but these are big beefsteak tomatoes. I use a serrated knife, but see around the edges, that's where the seeds are going to be located. This is a really, really meaty tomato. Wherever the seeds are, you just come out and you pull the seeds loose, and then you just cut and then find more seeds and go at it. After a while, you get tired of using the knife and you just go at it with your fingers. I use these all the time. All we want to do is we want to get those seed pods, those seed sections scraped out. There I go with the fingers. Okay? And then I've got a garbage bowl over there that I just drop my garbage in. And on the ground there, underneath me, You see that I've laid down old bags like you get at the dollar store or whatever. We save them all the time, use them for all kinds of stuff, from harvesting to covering the counter, so I'm not getting this tomato juice on our countertops. And tomato juice on a marble countertop is not a good thing. So, but you just keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting until you find, look at all the meat in that. These tomatoes have very few seeds and they're mainly meat. They are going to be an awesome addition to College Hill Farm. We have done this for some time now, and we got these just by accident, and it has turned out to be a wonderful accident. I love the flavor of them. I love the texture of them. They're great just to eat as an open tomato. They're almost as good as Cherokee Purples. Not hardly, but almost as good. I think we'll put a few in the dehydrator and give them a shot this year too. It's one of those things that some tomatoes dehydrate really well and some don't. But this is what you do to get these ready to do the seeds. Now, I'm going to go ahead while we're at this, and I'll do the rest of the tomatoes, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, that's all the seeds and the pulp and everything down in that bowl. Next thing I'm going to use is just a jar. Okay, just a regular old jar that's been stored. We don't throw away all of our old jars and stuff because you can use them for other things. Now I'm going to stir this around a little bit, and I'm going to pour all of this right into that jar, and I want to get it all. I don't want to get just this, that, and the other. I want to get it all, because there may be 10 seeds in the pulp that's going to create the 10 plants that give me more seeds for the next year. Okay, now I've got that all transferred into this jar. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to it. Okay, there it is. I've added water to it, and what's going to happen, we'll put a lid on it, loose like that, just something to keep the fruit flies out, and this goes out on the back porch. Okay, you can see all of the stuff floating up here. That will float, and the viable seeds will sink. Okay, as all of this stuff comes off, the viable seeds will sink to the bottom. Do you see some there in the bottom already? The old non-viable seeds will float with the pulp as this rots up. It's called vinegration. That's the method I use. Is it the only method you can use? I don't know, but it's been real successful for me. So that's the method of saving tomato seeds that I use. So this goes out on the back porch in the heat, out of direct sunlight, and it will sit for about 5 days, and then I'll come back and show you what to do with it. Okay, it's been 5 days, and this is what the vinegration looks like. Let me pull you up here where you can see a little better. This is what it looks like. You can see that the stuff floating on top, the stuff on top is all material, unviable seeds and pulp and that kind of thing, and the stuff on the bottom is what we want. So we'll take this lid off, and I'm going to take a spoon. That's a nice mold developed on there, but I'm going to take a spoon and skim everything off this top so I don't have to deal with it in a minute in the strainer. There's hardly any smell. I know you think, oh, that's got to stink. But the truth is, there's hardly any smell at all. Just wash that down the drain. Get it out of the way. Oh, there's still some more I missed. Don't get squeamish, it's just a rotten tomato. Okay? Alright. One more little thing of mold. Now, I'm going to just pour most of this liquid off the top. And any of that floating stuff is going to come out with it. Okay. Now, I've done most of that. Now I'm going to add some water. You'll notice it kind of stirred everything up. Now, I've turned on the hot water. You don't want hot water. You want cold water. Now, there's some more here on the top that's come up, and I'm going to dip that off. Oh, there's some seeds in that. I don't want those. Alright, so now it's time. You need a fine sieve. This sieve is small enough that the tomato seeds can't come out. So I'm just going to pour this in. Oh, there's still quite a few seeds left in there. So this strainer so it won't. And if you're wondering what it smells like vinegar. Okay? It smells like vinegar. That's why we call it vinegration. So now, I'm just going to wash all those seeds and pick out any debris that doesn't wash off like that. Bring you a little closer. Now I'm going to push all these seeds kind of into a clump. So I've got them all together kind of in the same spot. Because I've rinsed all the stuff off of them. There's no little pieces of tomato left. That's all gone through the sieve. There we go. Now I've got most of that in a clump. So what I'm going to do is take a paper plate and put those seeds right on that paper plate. Any left over, I'm going to use a spoon and scrape them right in. Now, once I've got all the seeds, I take those and I want to spread them out. You don't have to be perfect at this, okay? But it does help them dry quicker. Alright, I've got these all spread out now. Now, when I first started doing this, I thought, and this was years and years and years and years ago. I've been doing this for 30 years, 40. I thought that when you dried this stuff, it would be better to put it on a napkin. Well, when it dries, you can't get these little tomato seeds off a napkin. You just can't. So I put them on a paper plate, and then they just peel right off this paper plate like nobody's business. So now these go up on top of the refrigerator. Don't put them in a dehydrator. Dehydrators get too hot. So put them up on top of the refrigerator. And in about a month, I'll come back and scrape them all. And why do I put them on top of the refrigerator? Well, I put them on top of the refrigerator because it's warm up there. the temperature of the refrigerator, as it's cold inside, it takes that warm air and pushes it out into the room, and it comes up above the top of the refrigerator, so it's always good and warm at the top of the refrigerator, and stuff don't mold as easy. Okay, it's always light up there too, and stuff don't mold as easy. So these go on top of the refrigerator, and give them about a month, and then they'll come out and be exactly what we need them to be: seeds. If you find this stuff handy, all these things that we do, how to save seeds, how to do this, how to do that, be certain to subscribe. We do this homesteading stuff every week, sometimes once, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead. And if you hit the little bell, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Just depends on what's going on that week. Some Tuesday or Thursday we may not be able to upload, but that's how we do it. We upload on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So now, with that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing.